We figured it out. Look at that. Excuse me, I know it's late at night, but I needed to do a live today. So I figured I'd come on and tell y'all a little bit about the news for today and all the exciting things that are happening. So let me pull it up and let me read you what I learned today because I haven't announced it live yet because of the reason that I didn't want to announce it yet until I could get home and do this video. And I know it's late tonight, and that is okay. But the reason I wanted to announce this tonight live on live is because it is very, very near and dear to my heart, and I did not know this was going to happen. So back a couple of months ago when I was getting ready to publish Inheritance of Silence, and I was thinking about what type of impact I wanted to make on this world through my writing and so on and so forth. And I know I'm eating, I apologize, but I'm very hungry. I'm fat, so, we do that. So back when I was writing Inheritance of Silence, the main thing I wanted to do was be able to connect with readers worldwide, give them my story, and explain in the process of the story some of my personal life, which, of course, Inheritance of Silence is not 100% factual. It is actually contemporary fiction. I just base some of it off of things I've done in my life. So back in 2011, I started dating a person, and I did not see the warning signs. I just kept going. I thought everything that was being presented meant safety, security, and so on and so forth. And what that turned out to be was a big lie. So I wrote about it 10 years later to the day, honestly. Almost. No, it would have been 9 years later to the day of when I left. And, in life, you realize you do certain things to prove it to yourself that A, you can make it work, B, you can do whatever it is you set your mind to do, and you think that's a good thing at the time. But what I didn't realize is I didn't see the signs. I didn't see the warning signs. I didn't see getting pulled away from my family at the time, which I had a big family connection back then. I don't now, thank God. But I sat there and I actually looked at the dynamic that I was in, and I didn't see it because I wanted to prove to people that I could make things work. And that was my big premise at that point in my life, was proving that I could make things work and that I was going to make my life into something. And long story short, I didn't make my life into anything. I ended up getting damaged more physically and mentally than I had almost in my entire life, because I believed that what I heard made me be with this person for a longer extended period of time than what I actually needed to be in, because at the end of the day, it was not what I needed to be in. And I need to make this specifically clear. If you interpret things that think they are keeping you safe or they are making the best decision for your life, 99% of the time, it is not the best decision. You need to reevaluate. You need to take a step back and look, and you need to evaluate what it is you're going through. Excuse me, I need to take a bite. I'm still hungry. So over all that, I finally looked at the situation I was in and I decided I had had enough. And that's when Inheritance of Silence picks up. I was not born and raised in Warrior, Alabama. I was not. That's where I lived during this relationship. It kind of sucked, honestly, now that I look back at it, that I'm a lot older and a lot wiser now. Actually, none of my relationships have ever been good, ever at all. And that's another story for another time, but we're focusing on one thing today. So Inheritance of Silence picks up when I decided it was time to leave. I put in the book about writing books because I felt that people would connect with it more when actually some of the things in Inheritance of Silence is actually tied to my personal life. I just changed the names and the stories and how it happened because I never believed in myself. And over meeting people over certain periods of time and just not necessarily not giving a damn, but just realizing that what I did in my life at those times with the people I was with, they made the difference because they brought something out of me that I could not see, which was I'm eternally grateful for. I really am. I'm very grateful for it. And I don't want these people to think I wrote about them because I absolutely did not. I just wanted people to understand that I didn't put people in the book that I didn't want in the book. Yes, people that are in the book are from later in life. Things they taught me, things we talked about, and honestly, it made the biggest impact on my life. And over that time period I went through, it was easier to write other people in places of where other people should have been. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I changed some of the things around because I didn't want to give away too much, honestly. Second off, I did not want to get sued because if I would have wrote about those people directly, I guarantee you I'd have about 7 lawsuits right now. So if you're trying to picture my life from that time frame going forward, you're going to be completely wrong. It's not about those people. It is actually about different people at different parts of my life. If you want to see my real life story, go read Burn the Map when it comes out. My biggest reason why I'm here tonight is because books get nominated for awards, and it's not a marketing ploy to get you to buy the book or anything like that. These are independent judges, educators, literary agents, experts, publishers, and what you do is you submit your books to these judging panels and so on and so forth, and they read your book and they critique it and they evaluate you on if you should win this award or not. And today was one of the biggest days of my author career, to the point of where it is now. It is June 30th, 2026. About 12 hours ago, I found out that I actually won the 2026 Shakespeare Global Prize Award for Contemporary Fiction. And I also was nominated for Author of the Year. Unfortunately, I did not win that category, but there was a surprise award today that I did not know about. Apparently, the specialty awards were Best Independent Press Title. And in my collaboration with Austin Macaulay Publishers, we won. So today at about 11 o'clock this morning, I found out that I was the winner of the 2026 Shakespeare Global Prize for Contemporary Fiction for Inheritance of Silence. And Inheritance of Silence also received the Best Independent Press Award for Inheritance of Silence with Austin Macaulay Publishers. So our collaboration that we have with publishing not just one book, but now two. House of Windows is set to release on September 11th, 2026. It'll be available everywhere that Inheritance of Silence is available at, and it is a longer and more in-depth book than what Inheritance of Silence was. And I think that you're going to see a different side of me in that book, because I'm going off lived experience, of course, but it's a different type of lived experience. It doesn't have to do with actual characters. There's only one character in this book. That character is me. And there's another character, but you're not going to believe who that character is because I switched genres. It is not contemporary fiction. It is considered speculative fiction, or it is mythical, or it is magical fantasy. But because of the fact that House of Windows has one person in it. The other person in the book is actually a structure. It is a house. So the main reason for the stream today is to give y'all a little sneak peek into House of Windows. Originally, House of Windows was supposed to be written as a non-binary main character. Unfortunately, it will not be portrayed that way in this edition. House of Windows will be a male presenting character, which is unfortunate for its premiere because that's not the way I wanted the main character portrayed in this book. I did want to write a non-binary book. But unfortunately, when I was writing the book, the first 4 chapters were non-binary. The other 7 chapters were he, him. And that is my mistake. I will admit that as an author, because I committed to a process and I faulted. So I had to go back and change the first 4 chapters to he, him. It was not my publisher's fault. It was my fault, because I forgot what I was writing, honestly. I did not sit there at one full time and write House of Windows like I do most of my books. I will just sit at the computer and start writing on one of those days where I'm hyperfixated and I'm a little OCD, and I will write until I fall asleep at the computer, or doing voice to text. And I did not do it this time. I went back and edited House of Windows multiple times before I decided to submit it. And it's a completely different genre, but it's the same writer. So I want y'all to realize that this book is going to take you deeper. It's going to make you think more, and it's going to show you more versatility of where I am as a writer. The non-binary thing, I do apologize. I know a lot of people were looking forward to that, and that is 110% my fault. It is not to be blamed by my publisher. I did not catch it when I was proofreading the book. So if House of Windows ever gets a second edition, believe me, it will go to non-binary, but that is something I cannot change right now because that is my mistake. I started writing non-binary, and then I got in my usual habit because I am he, him, and that's what happened. So it is presented in a he, him fashion. The main character doesn't really have sexuality in this book, though, because there's no other dialogue with any other character other than a structure that technically can't have a sexuality. I mean, technically, if you want to put it in LGBTQ, you could, because that's what I'm known for. I'm also known for emotionally rich characters, deep plots, pacing, and atmosphere. This is going to show you more of my style of writing, but it's just going to be a little deeper and a little more psychological. You can almost put this under psychological fiction because of the subject matter it deals with, and plus, I love writing in metaphors. It's fun. Um, so I just wanted to jump on right quick and give y'all that, and then I wanted to give y'all some personal updates as well. I know that moving to Texas was very hard for me because I left everything I've ever known for 42 years in Alabama. I have no safety net here. I don't have any family here. It's just me on my own. I have met some absolutely phenomenal people while here. I found community and I found home. And for what I had in Birmingham versus what I have in Fort Worth, I'm very thankful for because of the simple fact that I feel more home here than I do there. Yes, I do have my wonderful, wonderful, crazy, insane friends in Alabama that I keep up with on the regular, but I found those friends too late. I found those friends after I moved away and moved back. People that I figured I would be able to see, connect with, catch up with. I saw a few. You know who you are if you keep up with me and you follow me. But the main thing is Texas is home. I surrendered my Alabama driver's license. I no longer have one. Now I live in Texas. I have a Texas driver's license. It's a real star ID, so I don't have to go through no more drama at the Denver airport when I'm trying to get home. So, life is different now, and I'm very thankful for the life I have. Thankful for the friends I have. You know who you are. I'm not calling you out because that's crossing streams and we don't touch tips. I'm just saying. I do want to go over a couple of things though. So I do want to read y'all this email because I think it's cool to share this kind of thing. And so here we go. Dear Shakespeare Global Prize Award winner, on behalf of the National Honor Alliance and the judges of the 2026 Shakespeare Global Prize for Literary Excellence, it is our great honor to congratulate you on your outstanding achievement in this year's competition. Your recognition reflects the exceptional quality, depth, and overall excellence of your submission. Among an extraordinary field of talented authors from around the world, your work distinguished itself through originality, craftsmanship, and ability to engage and inspire our judges. After careful consideration, our distinguished panel of judges selected your work as one of the finest entries in this year's competition. Your storytelling demonstrates the creativity, dedication, and passion that define exceptional literature, and we are proud to recognize your great accomplishment. Attached to this email is your official 2026 Shakespeare Global Prize for Literary Excellence winner seal. You are welcome to display it on your book cover, website, author page, marketing materials, social media, press releases, and other promotional materials to celebrate this well-deserved recognition. Your achievement will also be featured on the National Honor Alliance website and across our promotional platforms. We would be sincerely grateful if you would help us celebrate this announcement by sharing your award with your readers, friends, and followers on your website and social media channels. Your support helps introduce the Shakespeare Global Prize to new audiences while celebrating the outstanding accomplishments of this year's honorees. You can share view and share the official winners announcement here. https:// nationalhonoralliance.com/Shakespeare prize. Congratulations once again on this exceptional achievement. Thank you for contributing your talent and creativity to this year's Shakespeare Global Prize for Literary Excellence. We are honored to recognize your work and wish you continued success. With our warmest congratulations, the National Honor Alliance, which is the host of the Shakespeare Global Prize for Literary Excellence. So they sent me this cute little, I'm going to share my screen now because I want y'all to see this, this bad bitty. What is this? Oh, share screen. Boom, boom. Okay, share screen. This one, share. So this is the award I got. It is the Shakespeare Prize. It is a winner sticker, and it is from the National Honor Alliance. You can tell it is real because this is coming from my direct Gmail account. So this is not the first award that that Inheritance of Silence has won. Inheritance of Silence is also a finalist for Author of the Year in Contemporary Fiction for the International Impact Book Awards. This is Christopher Chase, my little monster. He's trying to steal my sandwich because I've started talking and I'm not eating and he wants it. As you can tell, you gonna say hey? You gonna say hey to everybody? Take a photo? Want to take a photo? Say no, I want to eat your damn sandwich, Daddy. Anyways, all right, hop down. He wants the sandwich, so yeah. I do need to plug my website. It is johnericdunham.com, just like you see on the main screen right there. And I do have some requests because, sorry. At this point in my author career, it is very much important that I get as much social proof as possible. And the only way to acquire social proof is if you've read Inheritance of Silence, read a review on it or leave a review on it. Sorry, my apologies. I have a Goodreads profile. I have a BookBub profile. I'm also on Amazon, Apple, Google, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, pretty much every major retailer you can get a book, you can find Inheritance of Silence. You will also be able to find House of Windows there. I do have some more publications currently being queried by some agents, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will hear some good news. I have received some rejections, and it's unfortunate, but that's part of the publishing process. Most debut authors write a manuscript. Some of those authors actually send them to publishers. You can get a hybrid publisher, you can get an independent press, or you can get a publisher that is actually accepting submissions from a non-agented author. About 75% of that never gets published. They don't make it through the edit process, or unfortunately, there's some bad people out there, and publishing is the hardest hit right now for scams. And you need to look out for who you submit to, who you respond to, and stuff like that. There are numerous places that still spam call me. One of those is Anderson Publishing. They called me 27 times in a week trying to find out if I would leave Austin Macaulay and go with them. But once you're under contract, you're under contract. That's it. The good thing about Austin Macaulay is that I retain all the rights to my book. The only rights they have to my book is distribution and publishing. So there's that. Have I experienced some problems? That's a moot point, honestly, because at the end of the day, I 99% do my own marketing. I do my own website. I publish a blog. I stay relevant. I stay active. I don't go static. I've also rewritten Inheritance of Silence to release it as a second edition. Um, because as you grow as an author, you see things you could have done better in your first original work. Most authors don't publish a second edition. I am going to be one of those people that do publish a second edition because I believe the work is stronger. It's got a deeper arc. It's got more characters. And as y'all know, I'm a very character driven author. I like to write deep, intense stories. And who knows? Y'all may get a second edition of Inheritance of Silence. We'll see coming down the road. I do have every book that is listed on my website. The manuscript is finished. Yeah. I've been very busy. All I do is go home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, write novels, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, write novels, go to work, write novels, sleep. So I have finished, is it 7 or 8 novels at this point? I don't remember. It's a lot. I will tell you all the titles. They are listed on my website. I will tell you which ones are coming soon, in development, under publishing contract, whatever. So House of Windows is under Austin Macaulay. It comes out September 11th, 2026. There will be some award nominations for that come out here soon. We're waiting for the 2027 cycle to open because I only wanted Inheritance of Silence in the 2026 cycle. Burn the Map is with a couple of publishers and with a couple of agents. I have not received word back on some. I have received rejections on some. They don't think it's what fits them. It does not mean it is not a good book. It does not mean I'm losing my voice as a writer, because that's not the case at all. The memoir category is just very, very hard to get into. It's insanely hard. One of the publishers I sit to, they have a 1% acceptance rate. Most memoirs are between 80,000 and 120,000 words. Burn the Map is, I'm not telling you where it's at. I'm not. I want y'all to be surprised on this one. I'm not going to give you the backstory. I'm not going to tell you what time frame it covers. I'm just going to say that this is my life story. I want to tell it, and I wrote it the best way possible. That comes from my point of view. It's not from a family member. It's from the way I experienced my life, which is 100% factual on my side. Now, I will also preface this with, I haven't had a relationship with any of my family members for over 5 years. So there's that. So, yeah. Let's see. What else can I say? There is a lot of books. So Inheritance of Silence is already published by Austin Macaulay. It is the winner of the Shakespeare Prize, the Shakespeare Global Prize for 2026 for contemporary fiction and best independent press title. House of Windows is under Austin Macaulay, and it comes out September 11th, 2026. Award nominations incoming. Burn the Map is with 2 publishers and a couple more agents. I have received some declines, some rejections, just because that category is insanely hard to get to. And then we have Chasing Pavements, which is a spinoff from Inheritance of Silence. One of the main characters is getting spun off and getting their backstory, and there's a reason why. Then we have Theo and Chase, Happily Ever After, which is the main character from Inheritance of Silence, the supporting character from Inheritance of Silence, spinning off and getting their own novel. It is a rom com, if that makes anybody happy. I decided to take a different route when I started to write it because I felt that I want to show some flexibility in how I write. And then we have Lux's Tarot and Spiritual Awakening, which that book is another spin-off character from Inheritance of Silence. It will not tie in to Inheritance of Silence. It is a standalone story. It's just a character spin-off. And then there is Starving Artist and Saviors. That is another spin-off from a character in Inheritance of Silence, but it will not connect. And then there is Burn the Map, which is my memoir. And then my newest production, manuscript, insanity on paper that I decided to write when I was having some fun times, is actually called I Sharded. It's that moment where you think you're good, you thought like lit, but you thought you shit, except it's shitting in real life when you fart. So it's called I Sharded. It is a it is workplace satire with contemporary fiction, with absurdity and comedy, but it is not toilet bowl humor. It has developed characters, a plot twists. It's absolutely absurd, but it works. This is the most fun I've ever had writing a book. It let me show my playful side a little bit, because there's absolute absurdity in it. If you want to follow me, you want to sign up for the mailing list, please just go to the website. I am very much active on my website. I post blogs, I do updates, I keep everybody informed. I'm active in my mailing list. I'm actively trying to get agents to pick up one of my works and sign it. I'm hoping the agent that picks me up picks up my whole catalog, because obviously I'm pretty good at what I do, because of the fact that one award I didn't even know Inheritance of Silence was going to get. That was a shocker. And there's still 6 more to go, and we're going to be announcing awards all the way to November. So stay tuned. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions? I have a chat. You're more than welcome to post comments in the chat. If you want to ask questions, I will answer them. I'm not afraid. I'm very open. I'm very laid back. And yeah, that's where I'm at. If you notice, I have a new logo up in the top corner. There's also meaning behind that logo, because if you see on my forearm, there's a big old feather that curves. So I had to put a piece of me in my book logo. So Merry Christmas. Update on the John Eric Dunham collection, which is the merch. That is a very slow process, because I don't want to release something that is not of the caliber of writing that I write. There will be 2 collections. It'll be the John Eric Dunham collection, and then it will be the Christopher Chase collection. Christopher Chase collection is going to be an assorted collection of pet items for your 4-legged furry friend. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. The John Eric Dunham collection, there is going to be a collection centered to each book. All 7 of them, 8 of them, however many there are now. I stopped counting. But yeah, we're going to do candles. We're going to do book covers. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. I did have it listed on my site that Inheritance of Silence was going to turn into a series, but I have since decided that a series will not work. Um, there's no point in putting a series out because nothing is going to connect back to Inheritance of Silence. Chasing Pavements, which is Theo's previous story prior to Inheritance of Silence, it's not going to connect. Theo and Chase after Inheritance of Silence is actually going to be an extended period of time after Inheritance of Silence. So there's no point in releasing a series. It's not going to line up chronologically. It's not going to be linear. So there's no point in calling it a series. It will be a collection. You can buy the Theo and Chase collection. So that's how I'm going to market that. House of Windows is standalone, and every other book is standalone. Are there characters I've reused and given them their own book? Absolutely. I would love y'all to go to johnericdunham.com, read the website, fall in love with it, sign up with a mailing list, and we'll go from there. But I just wanted to get on and officially announce that I won 2 Shakespeare Global Prize Awards today for Inheritance of Silence. And I hope that y'all stay connected. JohnEricDunham.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on TikTok. Blog updates on Goodreads, book blogs, BookBub. Sorry. Everywhere. I'm literally everywhere. I post very frequently. If you want to stay up to date, stay up to date. If you've read Inheritance of Silence, please go leave a review. That is the way to help the algorithm to boost Inheritance of Silence up. With House of Windows releasing next month, it is absolutely month and a half. Sorry. It's absolutely essential that we get Inheritance of Silence out there. If Inheritance of Silence is not your cup of tea, I get it. Great. Go look at House of Windows. Go look at my website. Maybe that will increase your liking. Hello, Cynthia Loves Books. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. It was a shock, I will say honestly. I did not know about the Best Independent Press Title Award. I had no idea. It was a very bad day at work today. I was handling that situation, and I took a break to recompose, and I saw the Facebook post, and I was like, what? They're not supposed to announce these until middle of August. And sure enough, I went on scrolling. I saw Inheritance of Silence once, and I was like, no way, I actually won. Oh my God. I kept scrolling. I saw Inheritance of Silence twice. And I was like, oh, that's not one. We weren't nominated for that one. How does this happen? Please tell me how this happened. And it was the most in thing ever, because I was sitting there and I was blown away. And then Cynthia, also, I don't know if you've had a chance to view the website yet and go to readers' reviews. You are featured on the website. Thank you so much for your commentary. I greatly appreciate it. All my reviews so far are just killing me, because I didn't think the book was that good. I really didn't. I knew it was good, but I know, absolutely. I was taken aback by it, actually, because I dealt with some insanity at work today, and I just saw the Facebook post and I was like, no way, they have not announced this. I did not win one category that I was actually up for. I was not even named as a finalist, which I'm not mad at. I still walked away with 2 awards. So One of them one of them I honestly didn't even know. Um, we are still waiting on six more awards to be announced. There are the American Writing Awards, the American Fiction Awards, and the Story Trade Book Awards. Uh, yeah, so we're sitting at three awards now. I'm a finalist for Author of the Year 2026 in Contemporary Fiction with the International Impact Book Awards, and we have six more awards to go. So overall, Inheritance of Silence was nominated for eight awards, and we have three. So we're sitting at about what, 33%, which is not bad for a first time author or a first time book. And then getting the reviews that I've got from people that have read the book is just absolutely insanity. I will actually read Cynthia's review live online so everybody can understand why I said these reviews are special. So this is from Cynthia Loves Books. She says, this one's a quiet, emotional, queer contemporary about grief and learning to find your voice again. We follow Chase as he moves on from a partner who wasn't good for him and slowly unpacks how his childhood and parents trained him to stay small and silent. Eli kept silencing him. Chase really did lose his sense of self worth while he was with him. So watching him relearn that he doesn't have to be quiet anymore felt very personal and real. I also loved that he found really good friends and a new partner who helped him heal. It is a gentle, found family vibe that made those uplifting moments land. There are a lot of really good, intimate parts I enjoyed, and the author makes his grief and slow metamorphosis hit. It pulled at my heartstrings and left me more hopeful than I expected. That said, some sections felt a little repetitive and the pacing dragged in places, but I still liked it overall and would recommend it. Reading this as part of my LGBTQ queer reads, I did most of it on my pink couch with iced coffee. Perfect energy for it. And I will just say that that is absolutely one of the most impressive reviews I've got. I've gotten a couple, and that one really hit me because you didn't just compliment the book. You actually critiqued my writing style, which I was thankful for because as an author, when you're reading things and you go through it, you think, "Oh, this sounds amazing." To me it does, but I'm also not one of the 8 billion people that live on this planet. So what sounds good to me may not be sound good to others. Yes, does it sound good? Obviously, because it's won an award now, or two, or three, but you never know as an author what you do to people that read your books. Did Inheritance of Silence make me cry? Absolutely, it did. But I know the backstory around the part that made me cry. It's always made me cry. I will never, ever, 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 ever reveal who that portion of the book is about. I won't, because that's why it's contemporary fiction. Lived experience turned into fiction. Woohoo! Um, if you want the real stuff, wait till Burn the Map comes out. But like I was saying, we've got one, two, three. We've got six more awards to be announced. I don't know if I'll win any more. I may take a couple. I may not. I like the fact that when Shakespeare Global Prizes came out, I found out from Facebook. I did not get the notification email showing me that I'd won. I found out on Facebook, and then about 25 minutes later, I got the email saying I'd won. I'm not the only one that won. Yes, I wrote the book, but my publisher published it. So technically, in lieu, they did win an award too. I want to give my sincerest thank you to Austin Macaulay Publishers because I wouldn't be sitting where I am today right now if it was not for them saying, "Hey, we like this. We want to publish it." They also did the same thing to House of Windows. Hey, we really like this. Let us publish it. Burn the Map is with Austin Macaulay again, also with another publisher, and it's also with some agents. Then Theo and Chase is out to agents. Chasing Pavements is out to agents. And my newest book that I just finished putting the final touches on, which is called I Sharded. It is actually with an agent right now, too. The way I come up with the titles for my book is I Google. Inheritance of Silence had a lot of books. There's actually a movie, I think, but I didn't come up with Inheritance of Silence was supposed to be another book. Neon Manifestorium was supposed to be the first book, but I took Neon Manifestorium and I took Inheritance of Silence, combined them, and I made them one book, and I just called it Inheritance of Silence because I didn't think anybody would pick up Neon Manifestorium, read it, or buy it. I Sharded, on the other hand, was a completely different story. Again, I write from personal experience. I'm not admitting I've sharded in my pants, but I mean, where do you get if you don't put comedy in something? If you don't share an embarrassing moment about your life? I'm not going to tell you if I did or didn't, but that's just going to make the story more plausible, because if you read it and you giggle, that's pretty much why I write. If the story connects with you, or the simple absurd fact that if you were walking through hey Coda, if you were walking through a bookstore right now and you see a title of a book that just absolutely screams, I sharded, would you buy it? That is the whole reason I came up with the damn name. Because I want this book to go crazy. I want to show you my fun side. Because yes, is Inheritance of Silence very... Inheritance of Silence will put you through the ringers. There's moments you'll laugh, moments you'll cry, moments you just feel absolutely devastated. And then there are the moments where House of Windows, I'm playing with your psyche. Like, I want you to learn something. I want you to take something away from the book. And then when you get to Chasing Pavements, that's going to blow your mind because it's deep. It makes you think, like, which systems are there to actually help us? Which systems are actually there to break us down? Which systems just don't give a shit? I mean, honestly, I work in property management. That book you need to read because it's got a lot of personal knowledge in it because I work in property management. And then Theo and Chase is the love story I've always wanted. Essentially. Found out I'm never going to get it, but it's the love story I wanted. So I just developed it and took what I see in my head as the perfect relationship and I put it in a book. And then Burn the Map is my memoir. That's going to give you the first 42 years of my life. It's going to cover birth, childhood. I'm leaving it at that. It goes way deeper. Then you'll get Lux's Tarot and Spiritual Awakening. It is actually based off of a person that I know that I'm very good friends with that still lives in Alabama. She doesn't know it yet, but when she reads it and sees the acknowledgement page, yeah, there you go. Starving Artists and Saviors is based off somebody I know. And that one touches my heart a little bit, so I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to cry on camera. And then I Sharded is literally my life. Again, just in comedy form, because why limit yourself to just one genre? Because all of my books ask the same question. It's just in different questions. Cynthia, so how would you like an advanced copy? It's actually not even in publishing format yet. It's the actual manuscript. Let me know if you want it. Or if you'd rather write for the ARC. I am going to be put on NetGalley. So, because I want people to be able to get the advanced copies. I know Austin Macaulay is weird, but if you just email them with your name, address, and phone number, where you're going to post the review, email them the review. They'll feature it on their site, and they'll give you a free copy of the book. But, yeah, so that's it. But I do have to be at work at 8:30 in the morning. It is 11:52 at night here. As y'all can tell, I'm very tan now because, yeah, I live in Texas and it's the summer. And it's also very hot. Oh, that is good to know. It would actually be in PDF format, not formatted for a publisher, nothing. It would just be the actual manuscript. I'm only going to send it to a few people to get their ideas because I made some changes, and the people who had it previously, they should have deleted it already because it's not the same thing. So I do want to get some feedback on it before actually publish it, because I think it's important, because Cynthia, you're obviously one of my readers now. And guess what comes in tomorrow? The advanced reader copies of House of Windows. It comes in tomorrow. I'm so excited. I might do a live tomorrow night as well. And plus it's the last, well, no, tomorrow's the last day of July. So I have one full month and 11 days to market for House of Windows. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to jump off here and go to sleep because I have to be at work in the morning, because unfortunately my books are not paying me to write all day. I wish they were, but I won't get the first check until 2027. So that is the honest side to publishing. I'm just stupid excited where I'm at today. I really am. If you would have asked me a year ago when I started writing, would I ever be here? I would have told you hell no. I would have told you absolutely hell no. But now I can come on Friday sprints. Friday. Yeah, I'm good. I can come on. If you want me to send you any media for Friday sprints, I can. I cannot probably stay all night. But I can come on for a little while at least. And yeah, I'll send you. Text me what media you want, and I'll send it to you. Austin Macaulay is hopefully working on some stuff to include a medallion on my book cover, or a whole new book cover. Who knows? But I'm going to leave it at that. Good night, everybody. Y'all have fun. Share this video. Get the word out there. If you've read it, go review it. If you liked it, go tell your friends to get it. And I love y'all, and y'all have a great night. Bye.